Hello and welcome back to another video, and today, as you can see, we're finally back on SBK 22. Now, it's been so long since I've actually played or done a video on this game. I think like the last time I did it was probably back to like September, October time, so it was quite a while ago. Around about the time when the game came out, probably like a month after. I've basically not touched it since, so we're finally back here, and today we are doing a race at Portimao. But I'm actually using a 2023 mod that I've been developing, especially for this video actually, but it is going to be really like enhanced and released at a later date. But for now, I've just been working on it for this video. And as you'll see as well, we've got some winter testing liveries. Shout out to Bunta Fujiwara, by the way, for creating the Kawasaki livery for GP bikes. I just converted it over to use for this video. And here you can see we are 23rd place on the grid as Danilo Petrucci. So today, doing a 10-lap race. Of course, we're here at Portimao because of the testing they did, and that's why everybody's in the carbon livery. So I've modded the game so that the carbon liveries are loaded. But without any further ado, we'll actually head into the race and get it started, and let's see what we can do. So of course, as I was saying, I've not played the game really much at all, so I'm quite rusty, to be honest. I've done some laps in Tartrod to try and prepare, but I don't know if that will be enough, to be honest. I've got the AI down to 100% as well, because I do remember them being pretty OP at this track. But the lights are on, lights out, and away we go. A pretty decent start compared to the AI there, to be fair. Are we going to pass anyone down towards turn 1? We've got Koenig just in front of us, Baldassare as well. Agata was on the left-hand side there. We go into turn 1. Whoever took Granado as well. Bradley Ray also was down in the middle of the pack. I think that was Rinaldi. I think that might have been. I'm not 100% sure, but I'm pretty sure it was Rinaldi. So we're up to 16th place now. Run quite wide though through that. It's going to allow Bradley Ray to try and get that past us. Contact with Bradley Ray as he tries to tip in as we're still there. So 16th it is for now. Back down to Palmo 2. Use a bit of 3 off the line. You see, this game actually doesn't have the flaw that MotoGP 22 has, where the AI just don't go off the line. However, unfortunately, it does have a worse flaw on the straights that we will see later on in the lap. But like I was saying, I have put the AI on 100% because they were very overpowered at Portimao, I remember. And even when I played the game, I didn't have them on 120 at every track, and I've not played the game for literally months, so yeah, I kind of need them a little bit lower to actually compete with them at this point. Also, sorry that I keep playing Portimao for a lot of these videos. It's just because a lot of the testing keeps taking place there, or the first race of the season is there, or whatever. Perhaps I should have done it at Phillip Island, because that's the first race of the season, and perhaps maybe I'll do another one at that track later on. For now, we're at Portimao. So watch this go out last corner. Watch how slow they are on the straight. We are going to gain all this time that we've lost on this whole lap back, and we're going to be right onto the back of Hafizarian by the time we get to turn 1. Watch this. Here we are. So we hit the braking points for turn 1 because it is quite a bit earlier than the MotoGP game. We are virtually back onto the back of Siren now, although I did mess it up a little bit, so I actually probably did just affect myself a little. So I've actually done quite well on this lap. We've kept right up with him, so we should be able to absolutely blast him on the straight. Here we are. This is like Bautista on easy mode right here, flying past Siren, and we're going to get all 4 of these guys down towards turn 1. I'm going to brake a little bit early, to be honest, because I don't want to absolutely take the mick. I've just done a 41.4 on that lap, and I've ran wide through turn 1. So I think I'm going to give back everything I just gained there. That was a little bit silly. Like I said, I would be making mistakes in this video, but I don't want to take the mick on the straight. So if I could overtake a couple of them, maybe, but I'm not going to overtake a whole pack like that. Obviously, I could have easily done if I hadn't rolled the throttle. It looks to be Van der Mark holding up this whole group. By the looks of it, you can see this Gerloff, Sykes, and Siren all being held behind, and now myself as well. And you can see they are losing touch to the riders ahead, so I do need to try and up my pace, because currently I have the fastest lap of the race, so I need to try and get past this group pronto. And Siren is now attacking Sykes in front as well, so I really do need to get a move on. See if we can do anything coming out the last corner, because obviously we're going to have the advantage all the way down the straight, but can we pass them before that? We've passed Siren, we're going to pass Sykes as well, past Baz. There's God, they're trying to go past Van der Mark, and we've passed a pair of them, so up into 11th place. I know I said I wasn't going to pass the whole pack, but to be fair, it was my run out the last corner that got me the initial drive. But again, I've run wide into turn 1. I must say I never really got on with this game. The way the physics are, obviously they're very much like MotoGP 21, and for me, I was never that comfortable with that game. We've been hit by Van der Mark. Even though 22 has a massive flaw with the engine braking, I can get on with the physics on that game probably a bit better. I can sort of ride around that problem, whereas GP21 and this game, I can't ride around the problem with the rear grip into the corners. And we've just been punted wide by Van der Mark. So Van der Mark's come back through. Sykes has come back through as well now. So it looks like we're going to be scrapping a bit further down the order up the inside of Baz. Oh, I thought about that one. Well, to be honest, I said I thought about it. I was kind of still on his outside from before, but unfortunately, we've now been shuffled all the way back. And oh, we've had contact with Siren. Siren's gone down. And Remy Gardner's trying to get us as well there. We have managed to get back up into 14th place. See, Van der Mark is still holding up this pack because you can see Sykes is desperate to pass him, Baz is desperate to pass him. I think once again we are probably going to get these guys on the straight, although we're not as close as we were on the previous lap. So it is going to definitely be a bit more down to the AI's weakness on the straight. Here we go. Mirror signal manoeuvre. We had to roll out of it a little bit there because of Tom Sykes moving over. And we're back up into 11th position, but yeah, this video has kind of shown me why I stopped playing this game so much, to be honest. The physics, I just didn't really like them, didn't get on with them, and the AI just going so slow on the straights. Doesn't matter what difficulty you have them on, they do the same thing. And look at this as well, the dive bombs from those guys. That's why I dropped back in the first place, you see, because they're just really overly aggressive. And here goes Remy Gardner again. Remy Gardner back past me, but I think I am just going to be able to keep in front of him unless he absolutely dives it. He's trying to attack us on the exits, because again, he was just sort of pushing me through the corner. This is also the problem. The AI just have no awareness. There's a lot of problems with this game, it must be said. And that's kind of a shame, really, because we've not had a game for 10 years, then we get one, and there's all these issues as we go around the outside of Michael van der Mark. Again, that's kind of an example of where they're slow on the sort of straight sections. Just any sections that are flat out, they're really slow. And again, he comes back at the inside very aggressively. I suppose I overtook him aggressively. Are we going to have to pull something a bit aggressive again? On the inside we go. The bike is out of shape. We're not pulling this one down. Actually, we kind of did. He just managed to ride back at the inside, and we have been overtaken by Gardner, so we're really getting into a scrap now. I think I am sort of struggling to keep up with these guys. We've just managed to stay ahead of Gardner. Gardner's still trying to ride back up the inside. But of course, onto the straight, everything that they've worked for will be undone. Here we are, out the last corner. We're going to blast past Van der Mark. We should get Baz as well. I think Sykes is a bit out of range to get, to be fair. And it's just, it is ridiculous. I mean, look at the difference in the speed there. The lap times as well have slowed down a hell of a lot with all the battling that's been going on. I've still missed the apex of turn 1. It's just the brakes also, I mean, I'm not too bothered about the brakes being slightly poor. You can sort of ride around that. And we've got Baz dive bombing me once again. So the AI just being hyper aggressive, which does not help at all in trying to catch up the AI in front, because we've got Sykes a bit up the road, then we've got Gerloff ahead of him. So I'd really like to try and catch those two guys up if I can. So if we could just keep ahead of Van der Mark for the rest of this lap, which I think we pretty much have, as long as we just do the last couple of corners alright, we might have broken that sort of second little group, and we might be away with Baz and Sykes a little bit, because we've still got 0.3 of a second before the straight on Van der Mark, who was kind of the one causing the whole bottleneck anyway, so he's clearly struggling with this tyre or something. So if we can just stay ahead of him, we should be golden, but we are running out of time very rapidly in this race, because we're already at the end of lap 6, so yeah, I think any further progress is going to be pretty difficult, which is a shame, because I was kind of hoping that we'd be able to get up there, especially with their difficulty being a little lower, but I guess 100 is still fairly high. But mirror signal manoeuvre past Loris Baz, back up into 12th. I wonder how long we'll stay there this time. This time we lasted a corner longer. Actually, no, we've actually keep in front of him, so if we could just do this sort of turn 5 right, we actually might be able to stay ahead of him, because I think we're faster around most of the second half of the lap, to be fair. I'm just having to park it a little bit because they are just so aggressive. You see how they go for the dive bomb, so I have to kind of ride a little bit defensively, which obviously costs a lot of time. Again, he's gone for it. So that's risky. Again, there's always contact as well, which is not great because it means it's quite liable that I'll go down. But all of a sudden, Remy Gardner's now all over the back of us, and we're going for it again in an aggressive place, just like Baz keeps doing to me. I give it back to him, and then we've gone super wide and just let him have the place virtually. But he's gone in quite wide as well. Can we try anything into turn 13? No, we've done a bit of a stoppy on the entry, actually. So it wasn't going to quite be enough. Again, we should pass him on the straight, but to be honest, Baz is as far as we're going to get now. Sykes is miles at the road. We're 12.9 seconds behind Bautista as well in the lead of the race. That just shows the lack of pace I've had. My fastest lap was on lap 2 as well, by the way. So, again, that kind of just puts into context the fact they are costing me a lot of time with the battling. But we've passed Baz very early on this time because we were right behind him. Maybe we can pull away with that. So we're just starting the final lap of the race. You can see I've just done the fastest lap of the race as well, which is quite astounding. We've got Garrett Gerloff right in front of us now, so we make a bit of a mistake into turn 1. That might have just stopped us from getting Gerloff, but Sykes managed to catch Gerloff and pass him, so Gerloff is clearly struggling. And we've got 2 seconds back to Baz now, so Baz is no longer a concern. It is now just all about his teammates, and, well, definitely not the Kawasaki in front of him, because we're not going to catch him up. We are right with Garrett Gerloff now. I think, to be honest, we probably will get him on the run to the line just because of how slow the AI are there. But I must say, my pace has been a lot better since I got away from that group behind. have sped up quite a lot. I've used a bit of Power Mode 3 to try and achieve that as well, but Gerloff is a bit wide through the last corner. Just going to roll out the throttle a bit. There we go, past Gerloff. So up into 11th position at the end of this race. We probably would have got Tom Sykes if we'd carried on going, to be fair, or if maybe if I hadn't hit that rev limiter there, but oh, that's got to be about the hardest 11th place of my life. So that was a pretty tough race, of course, with the AI being quite overpowered at this track. I'm still not back up to speed on the game because I only did a few laps on time trial. Obviously, I'm never really that good at it anyway, even when I was playing it. Although, again, to be fair, I never properly got into the swing of it. I only played it for a bit because I got frustrated by the AI on the straights there. As you saw, that was effectively what was keeping me in there. It's just how they've chose to scale the lap times. Obviously, this AI difficulty is maybe a little low, to be fair for me, but about right. It's not far off, but it's all on the straights. It's all in the straights where it keeps up, so yeah, a bit annoying there, but nothing you can do. It was hopefully an enjoyable race anyway. I had quite a lot of battles, especially with Loris Baz. He was pretty aggressive with us there. So that's been a little bit of a testing race there with the SBK 23 mod. Do let me know if you want to see me play some more of this game with or without the mod, because of course I still have the career mode that I need to finish that I abandoned quite a while ago. Might leave that on hold for a bit longer, might even restart when I actually do come back because I'd only done a couple of rounds anyway. But we'll have to see how things pan out and whether you guys want to actually see it. Maybe if you want to see me do a season with this mod on as well to have the 23 season, because of course if there is an SBK 23 game, it's going to be later on in the year that does come out. So do let me know if you want to see more of that. But I hope you guys did enjoy the video. I hope you enjoyed the rest of your day. Hope you're staying safe, and I shall see you in the next one.